guys, how's it going? This is something dating back into my childhood. We've worked on wagons and stuff on the YouTube channel. May as well mess with some wheelbarrows. I want to say roughly 15 years ago, my dad built this wheelbarrow. I'm sure you're probably saying, how do you build a wheelbarrow? It started life off as one of them you would pick up from Lowe's. It still has the original undercarriage on it. As you can see, it's got that all on there. It's had a rough life. We used it, the purpose behind it, well, we got it for the undercarriage pretty much. And then we kind of beat on the wheelbarrow. I'm not sure if it was intentional or not. I don't remember how old I was at the time. And we took the body of the wheelbarrow off, and I remember helping Dad build this. He used to do fabrication and stuff. He worked over there at Luke for a while, then he opened up a machine shop, and well, that's the building that we're in now, which is no longer, unfortunately. So, plan is, we are going to see about repurposing this wheelbarrow. I'd like to get to use it for something again. We used to have a water jet out here, actually in the middle bay where the tractors are, and it would fill up with garnet over the time of running it. You'd have to shovel all the garnet out of it and get it out of here. We used to use these wheelbarrows for that. Then we used the Bobcat for it up until the time that we got rid of the water jet after Dad passed. So let's go on ahead and let's get this out of here and let's take a look at it and let's see about repurposing it. I want to make it into some kind of a little table. Not a table, but some kind of little bin. I keep it in the milk house over there. I keep firewood in the milk house, and I use this to hold pieces that need to be split, or just pieces in general that I'm getting ready to take into the house. So it gets used. I set it on top of a piece of firewood, but I bumped it the other day and it fell over on me, and well, that was fun. So I want to put some legs on it and get it so it can hold itself up. Depending how well this one goes, I have another one around back. It's not, well, it's rough, but it's a little bit nicer than this one when it comes to the wood. So we're going to build this one, then we'll build that one depending how this one goes. So let me set you guys up in the stand. We'll get it out of here. It's pretty decently heavy. And once I get it out of here, I'll get the patio out of the way, and I didn't even realize I was holding the camera sideways. I'll get the patio out of the way, and we'll dig into it. So let's get this wheelbarrow out of here. And that's what the deal is with the wood and stuff that I have in there also is I'm hoping to use that to make some kind of setup for it. That piece needs to be burned. This is decently heavy. It's 1/4 inch steel all the way around. It's really sturdy. But yeah, and then you'd have the wheels up in the front and legs in the back. So now I'll get the wood out. So let's go on ahead and see about getting this thing figured out. Ignore the school chair underneath of it. I guess it wanted to go to school. Okay, the joke was a little more funnier in my head than it was in person. So let's see about figuring this thing out. I'm thinking I want to run, I'm probably going to use one of them 2x4s I brought in. I'm thinking I want to drill a hole here and I want to mount one of the boards going down. I want this to be level. I want this to be flat, and I want the bottom of the barrel to be the shape of a V, so that when you put stuff in it, it goes down towards the V for what I'm going to be putting in there, and also so this isn't as high as it is, and that's up too, make them even if we can. So that's kind of the plan. I also thought about taking this side and just putting it up high and making the base of it flat, and then putting the tall side up against the wall of the building, and then leave the low side down. but it doesn't really seem, it seems kind of pointless to me because you can put a lot more stuff in it if you do it in the shape of a V. That, and I don't quite trust the building. I don't think it's that structurally sound in my opinion. It's made out of the old sandstone bricks they made the old buildings out of. It's, as far as I know, it's an old bicentennial building, so I'm not quite sure exactly how old over 200 it is, but I know it's in that range. So they're trying to be careful, you know, what I do with it. I don't really want to damage it too much. So if we can get this down carefully and get it to stay somewhere it's level, I doubt it'll stay right there. Maybe it will. Let me grab a level. I would say go down. We're not very far off. I think I am going to call that right there. I would say that is exactly where we want it. Can we keep it right there? Probably not. But, So we want to measure and see how tall that is. I'm thinking I want to just go from here to the ground. Then we'll just make it go level with this. And then after we do that, and then we'll bolt it in somewhere. I want it to be up as far as I can get it, but I would like to have it secured to that barrel in more than just one spot, or make some kind of brace. Yeah, we can do that. Round. Just about 2 feet exact. So I'm going to take a couple of them boards and I want to cut them down to 2 feet. And then once we do that, we can figure out where we want to drill the hole. I'm thinking probably right there would be the best bet, and we want to do that on the other side too in the same spot. So let's see about getting this in here. Watch out for that mark. How much did I say I wanted? I wanted 2 feet. I think it's what I said. Check it again. Okay, I screwed up. 2 foot 2 inches. Oops. Glad I didn't cut that to 2 feet. But I caught that when I did. So we want to be 2 foot right there. So let me grab my square. I'm going to flip that around and then we'll cut it. Noise alert. If we can get it. Oh, we got to move it over some. Still. There we go. Oh, and ignore the cord. It's OSHA approved. Move that over some. There we go. Where's the trigger? Get that lined up. I got them legs stuck on there. Well, they're not bolted on or anything, they're just cut. I want to have them as close to the front of this as I can. I'm thinking whether I want to drill it up here or down here. I'm thinking down here because that is not as thick as it is up here. Because up here I'd be going through two pieces of steel, where down here I'd just be going through one. We could actually, well, so I'm thinking right there is probably where I'm going to want to go through. This more than likely is where this leg is going to end up being, is right here. And then we'll just take our marker and we will mark here. So that way we know where the leg goes, roughly. And then I would say, right there is where I'm going to drill the hole. And then let's see how far back that is from there. And then we'll copy that design, or that mark, over to the other side. That way we have them even. We are 6 inches. So I'm going to put it 6 inches back. And then once I do that 6 inches, we'll take a punch it right there, drill the hole, go over there, punch it right there, drill the hole, and then we'll bolt the legs and we'll figure it out. So let's see about getting the legs mounted back on here now. I have it measured where it needs to be. So that should hold on to that nice and tight. Flat on the ground. Yep. So I would say now we just need to come in here with the drill bit and go through that piece, and then we'll be done. Then we can bolt the legs to it. Although, one thing we will have to do is we're going to have to put some kind of spacer back here, which I do have an idea for, so. Now we just do the same thing on the other side. And then once we do the same thing on the other side, we can run a bolt through. Well, I'm going to run a bolt through on this side actually first, and then we'll go and we'll do the other side. So let me grab a bolt real fast. I'm thinking this should work. This should be close. Yeah, that's close. We could call that, I guess. Now we got to do the same thing on the other side, and yeah. It's not secured in there right now, it's just kind of sitting there. I wanted to see how it would look. I'm trying to think of how I want to do underneath down here for the support. I've got this sitting right here for right now. This is just here. I'm more than likely going to run a couple of screws there and then a couple here to buckle this together. I'm trying to decide what I want to do running here, because I'd like to have something running to this in there depending how that wood is. For support, I'm thinking it's either going to go bow out like that, or have it go in and just put it to this piece right here, you know, to keep this from rocking back and forth. This, however, I'm going to go on ahead and say I could go on ahead and secure that and we would be fine. I also thought about drilling a hole in that bucket and running it down and running a bolt through it to a piece of wood and then run it here, but I really don't want to drill holes in that bucket. I'd like it to be able to hold liquids if I ever go to put liquid in it. Now I know that someone's going to say, you already did that up here. Yeah, well, you know, that's up quite a bit and there's still plenty of room in there to hold liquid, and I could seal these off if I really wanted to. So I'm not too worried about them. So let's go on ahead and let's secure these. I might even put that up higher. I'm more than likely gonna run it. Actually, leave it right where it is and you'd be fine. And then I'd just take that, flip it over, and drill through here to get into that. That's gonna look kind of ugly, but oh well. Well, it's gonna look like the front of the barrel got, or the front of what used to be the wheelbarrow got chopped off. If it bothers me later on, I can do something about it. So let's go on ahead and secure that. And then once I get that secured, we'll jump to the next thing. There we go. That should make this easier to run in. There we go. And we'll put our next hole over here. Go. Hopefully, once we do that to the other side, that should support it good. Let's get that moved over here. We need to scoot this back just a tad. There we go. So now we got to drill our holes. This still looks like it's off just a little. That's fine. So let's run it through. And then we'll kick it over. We'll put one in over here also. This is just to make the screws go into the wood easier. And then, you call it pre-drilling, I guess. It's called a pre-drilling. You just drill the hole. It makes it easier for the screw to go into, and it doesn't jump the bit as you were seeing it do earlier. Like that. Now it'll do it as it goes in, especially if the screw is longer than the bit you're running in. So let's see about putting this guy in, and we'll take a look at our thing up here. But yeah, that's good. And I would say that's pretty good, but I do want to have the support still going from down there to the top. So that's what we're going to do next. So let's see about getting this hooked up. We want it to go actually just like that. That looks good to me. That right there, yeah, that's loose. I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah. Oh, actually, just the nut is loose. Oh, okay. we'll come up here and we'll crush this guy down also. And then we'll do the two on bottom once we get to them. So, and I don't like doing it that way, but that's the way we're going to do it. There's not really anything wrong with doing it this way. It'll support it still, you know, but I'd like to lay this flat like that. But, oh well, maybe this way will stiffen it up a little more. Let's secure it back here. I hope that wood will hold up to being drilled into. I don't see why it wouldn't. I'm going to do one right there, and then we'll do one here. Hopefully that's not in between the doors. Let's see. There. And then we'll put one up here, one maybe two up here, and that should be perfect. Yeah, if we could put a second one up here, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I think I actually put that one down lower than I put that one, so oops. And we'll run short. It'll be long enough, but running out of long screws. Should have enough to finish what I'm doing, but there we go. I would say that should. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. So I'm going to go on ahead and do the other side. I'm just going to do that off camera. And then once I get the other side of this done, we'll stand it back up, and I want to coat it with some motor oil, the wood, to help protect it. I wouldn't mind painting the bucket, but I think for right now I'm just going to leave the bucket alone. So let me get the other side done, then we'll coat it with some oil and we'll get it back into the building. So I think I'm going to time-lapse this part. However, I've got some used motor oil sitting right there in that little pan. I'm going to go over the wood and all the wood on here and coat it with that. And when I'm done, it'll protect the wood so it lasts longer, and when I'm done it should look about like that. Now the hit and miss has cherry wood, so that's why that wood looks darker, or that wood has a little bit of red to it. Ignore it, you're not supposed to see it, and I know it's in the background of the video. It's kind of a teaser. So let's go on ahead and dive into it. So I figured I'd give you an update. I got that all done and I brought it over here to the building. It's in the milk shed now. And yeah, figured I'd just show you. I made a second one. I took the other one that was around back and made a second one of these. I would show it, but it's in my house right now and I really don't want to take the camera through the house. Just picture this, what you see right here, a second one sitting in my garage. So yeah, there you go. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If it's your first time checking out the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. It tells YouTube that you guys like the videos and want to see more. It also tells myself you guys like the videos and want to see more. I like going back and repurposing old stuff like this, especially with the story this has behind it. Dad made this, and I like it. It's really heavy duty built, and I really didn't want to see it get scrapped or tossed, so I wanted to give it some new life. So yeah, there you go.